Welcome everyone, this is Zozo Stockwatch, and this is your Stockwatch list for Monday, August 21st. Well, the futures are open and it's Sunday around 6 o'clock my time. The Dow futures are up 33, the ES futures are up 4, and the NASDAQ futures are up close to 14 points. Gold is currently down around $2 for gold. For your economic information for tomorrow, Monday, August 21st, Chicago Fed National Activity Index at 8:30 a.m. And that's pretty much it for Monday for your economic information. For your call activity from last week, Friday, we had APC with unusual options activity, AVEO, BC, Brunswick Corporation, GES, GRA, HES, HES, KEY, MU, Micron Technologies, RRC, and RRD, all with unusual options activity. On the put side for options activity, we had AKS, SEP, SODA, SODA, and Urban, URBN, and that's your unusual call activity for the put side. For your earnings, some conference calls, we have WUBA at 8 a.m. tomorrow morning. At 9 o'clock, we have AU and SSL for your earnings conference calls. FN, ZAYO, PINC, and RT, all having their conference calls after at 5 o'clock p.m. Eastern Time Monday. For your top gainers from Friday, we had NWY, SPWH, MNGA, IPDN, FENG, THC, SENS, RTTR, DCIX, ROST, CPN, possible takeover around this name, CPN, CTRL. For your top losers on Friday, RVP, FL, Foot Locker got killed on earnings, MATX, BSTG, ACBI, UNXL, INFY. They mentioned they're going to be doing a share repurchase for INFY, stock buyback. GLOB, QCP, Deere after their earnings, RAVN, and HIBB. They also released earnings on Friday, and that stock was down. For news that came out over the weekend, let's check out through our news here. And we had insider purchases, top insider purchases after hours, SND, TBBK, NUVA, RSO, CGIX purchased, director purchased over 86,000 shares at $324. ENSV, 10% owner, Cross River. KSU director purchased 3,000 shares at $106.19. XNCR, 10% owner, Stanford, purchased over 147,000 shares. In some syndicate news that came out from Friday, we had BIOC filed Form S3, AKTX filed Form F3, CVM filed Form S1, ENVA price is private offering of $250 million, NVTA filed Form S3, RXII filed Form S1, SBPH filed Form 424B5, up to 50 million sales agreement. Cantor, the book manager on that one for SBPH. For some news that came out over the weekend, we had Trump's presidency chatter over the weekend. We also had a knife attack in Russia. Some news that came out, some stock news that came out from Barron's. GRUB, positive mention in Barron's, GRUB. LEXA, due to market undervaluing the company's home-away vacation rental marketplace, fund managers see potential 50 to 70% climb for the stock over the next several years. That's on LEXEA. Guidewire, GWRE, Barron's fund manager sees potential for the stock to grow 20% for the year. MSI, Barron's sees potential speed bumps ahead. So that was mentioned in Barron's magazine. Also, we had some news by the Treasury Department. Mnuchin says the president in no way, shape, or form believes that neo-Nazi and other hate groups who endorse violence are equivalent to groups that demonstrate in peaceful and lawful ways. So that was from Treasury Mnuchin, and so he's out defending Donald Trump this Sunday, and that came out about 4 o'clock. Trump to hold a U.S. strategy speech on Monday night at 9 p.m. to address the nation. And the futures are opening up, as I told you. So the futures are opening green currently. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the SPY before we move into our watch list. For Friday, the SPY was did hold that 242 area, did bounce a bit. We are above the 100 SMA on the daily chart on the SPY. The 100 SMA is at 241.51, so that's one area to watch. Also, keep an eye on that Friday low of 242.20. The way the futures are right now, the SPY should open up, but it is early in the evening on Sunday night. The SPY is currently below the 50 SMA on the daily chart, the yellow line you see here. So that's your action in the SPY. So volatility is back, and the VIX and volatility, the calm market is pretty much over. So we'll see what they want to do on Monday. The futures are climbing. Give you another look at the futures at the end of this, near the end of this video, to keep you informed. So we're going to go right into our watch list now. First one up, and we'll take a look at this ADPN. Very light shares, but a nice move up. So we'll see if there's any kind of pullback to maybe the $2 area, and that's for Applied Sciences, Security and Protection Services. They had a nice pop on Friday, so that one will be on watch. ARWR, a nice pop over the 200 SMA, 1.8 million shares. There was a high on Friday of 226. We closed at 212. So we'll see how this sets up intraday. Maybe they want to fill this gap here, this gap down. So ARWR, like I said, is back over the green line, the 200 SMA. ATOS, if you like playing these under $1 names, is trying to get back over that 50-cent mark and the 50 SMA, the yellow line you see here. 1.3 million shares traded. CDNA came up to the 200 SMA, trying to break out over that $2 spot. It is holding above the 200 SMA on Cardex, and we'll see if this wants to do a continuation move or maybe a pullback to the 5 EMA and then continue up on CDNA. CLMT, looking for this one, maybe a possible continuation move. Over 500,000 shares traded in the name. CLR, I'm keeping some an oil stock on watch because USO, the oils did pop on Friday. So we'll see if there's any kind of continuation move in oil. And so CLR will be on watch for tomorrow to see if it can maybe continue up through 33. CTRL, this one had a nice pop, trying to get through this 25 spot on CTRL. Would like a little bit of a pullback here, but watch this 25 spot. Big volume came into the name, over 2 million shares. Data pulled back to the 13 EMA. You see we've held it here before on DATA. We've pulled back to the 13 EMA again. So we'll see if they want to get it back over $70 a share for a continuation move. EXAS, looking for this one maybe to take out the highs of 38.50. EXAS, so it's holding above the 50 SMA. 1 million shares traded Friday. So with all that selling going on, this one is held pretty tight and pretty tough. So see if it can continue up over that that 38.50 mark. It's currently at 37.87, so this might take a couple of more days to set up. Next one up is FOLD, and you see we're kind of came back down to that $12 area and bounced off it. We'll see if we want to come out of this consolidation on FOLD. 3 million shares traded on Friday. FSLR, this one's holding the 20 SMA. We held it here. We've held it pretty much this whole run here, so we'll see if we can get a continuation move, maybe over 48.50. It'd be enough to get a FSLR moving up, and if oil starts moving up again, maybe this FSLR will continue up. Groupon, nice candle from Friday, over 5 million shares traded. Looking for that 402, 405 break. We had a high of $4 on Groupon, so we'll see if we get some kind of continuation in that name. GrubHub, I told you this one looks interesting on previous videos. Looking for that 54 retake, so 54.05, and possibly a continuation move on GRUB. 1.1 million shares. HMNY, nice candle Friday. We did come down up from the lows, pushed up over $3, and we had 1.6 million shares. So looking for this one to set up on an intraday chart on HMNY. HZNP, nice couple of candles here, holding above the 50. Held this 1150 area, over 4 million shares traded. The obvious number here is trying to get over that 1350 mark on HZNP. IMMR, looking for this one to take out the highs from Friday, 795, and then possibly that $8 break, but it has come on a nice run, so maybe we'll get lucky and get a pullback maybe to 750, 735, and this one will be watched on an intraday. IMMR. Over 900,000 shares traded. INGN. The obvious number here is that $94 break. Had a high Friday of 94.37. Previous high 94.49. So watch it over 94.50 on INGN. Medical devices. Strong chart in a weak market. Strong Friday. Buyers stepped in off of this 10 SMA. JCPenney, there was a purchase. I think it was by the director or the CEO. So we got a nice hammer candle here. See if we can take out the highs of this hammer 362. So over 365. Possible continuation move in JCPenney. You see it's been slaughtered. And if you look at the weekly chart, you see it's been straight down from $12 all the way down to $3 and change. So that one will be on watch. Possible bounce play there. LL Lumber Liquidators. I traded this one Friday. Actually been holding up pretty good since the earnings gapped up. Flagging off a little bit here. Holding this 34 and the 13 EMA. 1.1 million shares, so we'll see if this one wants to set up intraday on Friday. LPSN, holding above the 20 SMA, looking for that $13 break. 1305 was the high on Friday, and low volume stock, only 300,000 shares, but this one I'll be watching. Maybe it can break out over that 13 and volume will come in. One of these under $1 names for you, MNGA, nice pop, big volume, 11 million shares. Not easy to trade though. It's it doesn't make huge moves during the course of the day. This would be more of a swing trade. So keep your eye on this MNGA with that big volume. See if it sets up for you. Monster, MNST, Monster Beverage, holding above the fast moving averages here, trying to get above and hold above that 54. So 54.36 was the high. Maybe 54.25 is enough. On 1.9 million shares came in on Friday for Monster Beverage. So you see the stock's in an obvious uptrend. The 200 is starting to turn up, and so we'll see if this one will provide us with an entry. PED, one of these under $1 names, oil and gas name. The high was 74 cents, so over 75 cents. Maybe we get a continuation move. Obviously, under $1 name. 330,000 shares. So shares a little bit light, but low-priced energy stock. PED. REN, big pop Friday. So we'll see if this wants to set up intraday. Maybe some kind of red to green move on RENN. Volume was over 700,000 shares. 850 was the resistance here. So hopefully we get a red to green move on RENN. SENS, this one nice candle Friday. over 4 million shares. The high was 288. So we'll see if this sets up maybe on a red to green entry too, maybe on a 2-minute or 5-minute chart on SCNS. SGMO, strong stock, pushed up, came up to 12, and now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 candles down, and we are down to the 10 SMA around that $10 area. So looking for maybe this one to turn the corner. If you can get back over, say $10.10, maybe you get a continuation move. 1.7 million shares traded in SGMO. You see the stock, it'll pop, pulls back, pops, pulls back. So pops, pulls back, and now we're pulling back again. Let's see, maybe it needs one more day, so we'll see. But this one will be on watch. SHOP, looking for this one to take out that 95 spot. 95.15 was the high on Friday, and over 900,000 shares on SHOP. So strong chart holding the 50 SMA. Every dip is pretty much bought in this SHOP. So keep your eye on this one to maybe take out that 95 spot. SPWH, nice pop on Friday, big huge volume of almost 14 million shares. Stopped right at the 50 SMA. So we'll see if this sets up on an intraday chart. Not a favorite, but if it can get back over maybe 450, you might get some kind of move in that one. SYN, a bio name. Under $1 name, but nice candle. 2 million shares. Looking for that 65 break. Continuation move on SYMN, as in Nancy, SYN. So keep your eye on this one if you like those under $1 names. VNet, VNET. Over 800,000 shares, trying to get back over that 475. Came up to the 50 SMA, which is currently at 483. So maybe if you can get over that 485 or through that 475, you may get a continuation move in VNET. We'll see how it sets up intraday. But nice candle, expanding volume here on the daily chart. VRNS, holding up, holding above the 50 SMA, looking for the highs to get taken out. 38.15, so VRNS, software name, so over 38.15 could give us a move. Looks more like a swing trader, low volume, 119,000 shares on VRNS. WTW has popped, pulled back a little bit here. Maybe if you can get back over 47.70, you might get more of a continuation move. Even after this big run, and they couldn't push it down past the 10 SMA. So a very strong stock. Last up is Yelp, YELP, and looking for this one to take out 42 again. They came down, they pushed it just below the 5 EMA here, below the 10 SMA, but they regrouped and got it back above the 10 SMA. So we'll see if we can get back over 42 on the name on YELP. So that's the stock watch list, and let me go ahead and show you the futures before we go. And the futures are trading up. The Dow futures up 44, the S&P futures up 5, and the NASDAQ futures up 14 points. And I do believe that is from what Steve Mnuchin, the Treasury Secretary, said in backing up Donald Trump. So it looks like he's on Donald Trump's side. So maybe the market will rebound Monday. Okay, so this has been Zozo Stock Watch. This is your stock watch list for Monday, August 21st. I do a stock watch list every evening after the market closes, so keep your eye out for that on the YouTube channel. Please hit the subscribe button. Please hit the like button. Please retweet these videos, and thank you so much for the support on the channel. And hope you have a good day trading Monday, and we'll be back at it with another stocks to watch list for Tuesday. Thank you very much. This has been Zozo Stock Watch.